And it's Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. We're in Manhattan today at New York City Fleet Week. Have a chance to talk to a Coast Guard commanding officer. That is Lance DeFoggi, who is the CEO of the new U.S. Coast Guard cutter Warrant, Deyampert. And sir, good to see what it's like to be in New York with your new ship.
It's very exciting. This is our second patrol since being commissioned, so we're just excited to be here and stretch our legs and continue on with our missions.
Very good. Now, last night I was at Battery Park for the American Battle Monument Commission ceremony honoring those lost in the Battle of the Atlantic, and you brought the cutter right in the background, right into the harbor behind the ceremony. It was great to see.
Yes, sir. We were able to get pretty close and participate as much as we can from the water.
Very impressed to learn the story of your namesake, Warrant Deyampert, a U.S. Coast Guard hero from World War II. Someone who was tried to rescue survivors of the famous Dorchester torpedo incident, dove in the water. I had no idea Coast Guard sailors would do that. What is it like when you're honoring the legacy of a hero like that?
Well, I think it gives you a certain sense of pride, just knowing that you're carrying on a legacy that was forged long before you ever came along.
Very good. Now, tell us a little bit about your cutter. We were at the commissioning of the Sutphin, which is in the same class a year ago, and it's now overseas in the Middle East. But tell us a little bit about the key features of your cutter.
Right. So this is a Sentinel class ship. It's named after all enlisted heroes from the Coast Guard. It's basically the new race car of the Coast Guard. It's 154 feet long. We weigh about 350 tons, and we can go pretty fast through the water. We have a crew complement of 24. We have some small arms armament and a Mark 38 main weapon system. We can sustain for about 5 days at sea, unassisted. Very good. And I understand you're based up in Boston now. How is that? Boston's great.
I'm sure it is. I spent a lot of time in New England. Tell us a little bit about your career. How did you join the Coast Guard?
Well, I joined the Coast Guard a little bit after high school. I joined in the reserves, and I integrated into active duty after the tragic events of 9/11. And 23 years later, here I am today, proudly serving as commanding officer of this brand new ship.
What was it like? What was your commissioning ceremony like? It must have been a very proud moment when they said, man our ship and bring her to life.
Yeah, that was, we prepared for that moment, but I think it was kind of lost on us all, myself included, on how impactful that was for us when we actually breathed life into the ship.
Absolutely. Tell us, when you go out and talk about being in the Coast Guard, why young Americans should consider the Coast Guard for service, what do you say?
I would say that the Coast Guard is a unique service that we have direct impact with every individual that we encounter, and we're not a big organization. We are big, but we're not as big as other DoD counterparts. That we just have a different, more personal interaction with the citizens of the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. And how is it, your ship, you've got 20 some odd crew members. How is it to lead a group like that when you're traveling? A lot of challenges and demands. What is the key to management or leadership on a Coast Guard cutter like yours?
I think preparation and patience is the key. The more we can prepare as a team, the better off we're going to perform as a team. And the patience with one another and patience with ourselves, I think, is the way we get through this together and we be successful.
Well, delight to talk with you. I'm sure you and your crew members will have a great time in New York City, and great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure. This is Commanding Officer of the Coast Guard cutter Warrant Deyampert, Chief Warrant Officer Lance DeFoggi. Great to speak with you, sir.
Thank you. Likewise.
It's Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia in New York City.